Excited to be with you all here tonight. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo, and I want to welcome you. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes, the Supplement Hoax webinar. And like I said, just sit tight. We'll be with you in a couple of minutes. Again, I want to welcome everybody on the Supplement Hoax webinar. Excited to be with you here tonight. It is, I have 8:57 p.m., almost actually 8:58 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm Dr. Steve Sabo. We've got just a couple of minutes to go, and we will get started promptly. So just hold on just for a couple of minutes, and we'll get started. Okay, everybody, I am Dr. Steve Sabo. Whoops, here we are. Hello, everybody. Dr. Steve Sabo here. Want to welcome you tonight. Let me just straighten this out a little bit. There we go. I want to welcome you here. I'm excited to be with you here tonight. I thought we'd start with the webcam mode here. And so what am I going to talk about? I'm going to be talking about problems with vitamins today. And I hope I can help you choose the right type of vitamin. We're going to talk about some problems with absorption and problems with ingredients. And well, we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But the first thing I'd like to know, I want to just make sure the sound is working. Want to just make sure that you all can hear me. Just to the side over here, you'll see a comment section. So make a comment and let me know if you can hear me over there. All right. Can you guys hear me? 9 p.m. Eastern on the United States. And it looks like the comments show that you can hear me. That's terrific. Let me just turn this on. Okay, sounds good. So for those of you who don't know me, I want to welcome you again. I am Dr. Steve Sabo, and I'm a board-certified emergency doctor. We're going to spend some time tonight talking about vitamins, and we'll get to the title of the talk in a minute. But many of us out there take vitamins, and there are a lot of problems with vitamins today. Again, problems with absorption and ingredients. You kind of don't know what you're getting. We're going to address some of those issues tonight so you can make a better decision on what type of vitamins you want to take. So let me get started. Let me pull up the presentation here. I'm going to just look to the side here while we do that. Turn that off. Turn this back on. There we are. Okay. So I think we're just about ready to get started here. It is just after 9 o'clock. The title of this talk, everybody, is The Supplement Hoax: Why 85% of the vitamins that you're taking are literally being flushed down the toilet. You know, it's amazing the problem with vitamins today and the poor absorption of vitamins. And that's where I came up with the title for this talk. So, guys, over the next 50 minutes, maybe 1 hour, my goal by the end of this webinar is to let you know about the 3 factors to consider when choosing a vitamin. First, very important, is to know about absorption. And we're going to talk about absorption and the problems with absorption. Actually, we're going to first talk about how vitamins are absorbed. Then we're going to talk about the problems of vitamin absorption. And then finally, we're going to talk about a unique cutting-edge solution to the problem with vitamin absorption. And then we're going to talk about the quality of vitamins. And there's, guys, there's a problem with quality in vitamins today. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the ingredients. And you really need to look at the label of vitamins because the ingredients are not necessarily what they're cooked up to be. So all 3 of these things are very, very important when you're choosing a vitamin. Another thing, guys, I want to make sure that you stay until the end of this webinar. Why? Because I'm going to give you access to an interview I did with an expert in nutritional supplements. And you're only going to get that interview if you stay to the end. This is a great guy with, he's been working with pharmaceutical companies, nutraceutical companies for many years. He's well respected in the field. I think he told me that he's made products for these companies that have given profits to the companies of over $1 billion. So you really won't want to miss that. Stay till the end. I'll give you the link to that interview, but only if you stay till the end. So, Dr. Steve Sabo, who am I and why am I here today with you? Well, I grew up in a town called Lakewood, New Jersey. Lakewood, New Jersey, for those of you who don't know, is it's a small town. Actually, it's a larger town now than when I lived there, but it's on the Jersey Shore, as we say, down in New Jersey, right along the ocean. It's about 60 miles south of New York City. Summers are very nice there. We go to the water, and excuse me. And that's where I grew up. I now live in northern New Jersey. It's a little closer to New York City. So I went to medical school in France. I started over there. For those of you who speak French, j'ai fait mes études de médecine en France. That's what I said in French. And I finished my studies at Chicago Medical School. Finished that, and then I have been a practicing emergency doctor since 1995. So this is my 24th year as a practicing emergency doctor. I did residencies in internal medicine, emergency medicine, board certifications, and an emergency doctor now since 1995. So I live in northern New Jersey. If you're wondering, I'm right on the border of New York State, and the next town over is New York State, and that's where the hospital is that I practice in the emergency department. And after long commutes over the years, I'm happy to say the last few years, I have a commute of less than 2 miles and 6.5 minutes. So I'm very fortunate there. I am also an assistant professor of emergency medicine. At the hospital I'm at, we're affiliated with a medical center, and the medical center sends over students, medical students. And there's a guy there this month who is doing his rotation. And when he does his rotation, we let him see the patients. He comes, he presents the patient to me. We go see the patient together, and we form an action plan on the patient. So love doing that, love teaching, and I'm here teaching you guys about something a little different tonight, but it's all about teaching. So, married, yes, I'm happily married. My wife and I recently celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary. Actually, we're about to celebrate our 21st wedding anniversary, and actually less than a month right now, 21 years. Boy, time does fly. So I also have two wonderful teenage daughters. They're wonderful when they're not kind of fighting, but the oldest one goes to school in Connecticut, and the younger one will be attending school in LA. So sounds great, doesn't it? Well, after 24 years, I can tell you that it's a stressful profession. And I really realized that I spend too much time away from my family. So what I did several years ago is I entered the home business industry. And I got involved in several health-related businesses. I'm with a company that distributes nutraceutical products, pharmaceutical-grade nutritional products. And I have another business with a non-invasive medical device that helps increase blood flow and helps with a lot of different ailments and conditions that I have and that other people have. And again, very excited about that. I also have a social media marketing business. Over here on the right, you see a picture of me creating one of my videos out on the back patio. So this was not done recently. We have snow and ice outside here in New Jersey and New York City right now. So this was done over the summer, one summer. And what do I do with that? Well, I help home business owners market themselves on social media. But we're not going to talk about that today. If you're interested, you can go to my website. It's drstevesabo.com, and you can learn all about that. And I have tons of teaching videos there. I have over 300. I've produced over 300 teaching videos for home business owners and small business owners. Guys, in case you can't tell, I am very passionate about all these businesses, whether it's the health-related businesses, whether it's about social media marketing business. I'm passionate about all these businesses. Personal development. You know, I just want to conclude a little bit about myself by talking about personal development. I love personal development. I read a book a month. I do personal development about 30 minutes a day. And I do it personally. I do it in the evening before I go to sleep. When I finish up at the computer or whatever I'm doing, I try to spend the last 30 minutes a day doing personal development. I feel it's so important for myself, for my team, because I always say if you're not developing, you're not growing, then you're actually wilting, you're going backwards. So personal development, very important for me and very important for my team. So now let's get into the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of this talk. And this is all about vitamins. I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions here that are very important with regard to vitamins. Number one, do you know if the vitamins you're taken are really being absorbed? And second question, are they really healthy for you? And tonight, what I'm going to try to do here is help you answer these questions and help you better evaluate the vitamins that you're taking. So, what are the most important things to take into account when deciding what vitamins to buy? I want you to imagine for a minute what it would be like to take good quality vitamins knowing they're well absorbed and without contaminants. You know, many of us take vitamins every day. We need them for good health. But the problem is most people don't eat nutritious foods. And let me just go back for a minute. And when you don't eat nutritious foods, you're not getting enough vitamins in your body. So we go back to the first point, and that's why many of us take vitamins every day. So this is a great chart that I found in the supplement hoax PDF that all of you should have received. This chart is in there. And by the way, if any of you, I sent that email out this afternoon with the link to the PDF. If any of you didn't get it, just send me an email and I'll get that out to you. But check your junk mailbox also. It should be there. My email address is drstevesabo. drsteve@drstevesabo.com. So, guys, let's take a look at who takes dietary supplements. Did you know that in the U.S. adult population, 71% take dietary supplements? So think about that. That's about 7 out of every 10 people in the United States. I wonder if they know what we're going to talk about here tonight. Or do most of them or many of them just buy them at big box stores and get the cheapest one and they put that into their body? I would suggest that you need to evaluate the vitamins you're taking and make your own decision as to how much you want to spend on the vitamins and balance what fits in your budget and balance the health of your body and what type of vitamins and what quality vitamins you're taking. So what else do we know about the American dietary supplement consumer? Well, 77% of U.S. adult women and 65% of U.S. adult men take vitamins. And in adults with children in the household, that number is 74%. Adults without children in the household, it's 70%. And you see there's a pattern here. And then if you go with adults, any of these ages on the bottom column here, you're seeing about 74%. So really, it all boils down to the fact that in any category here on this page, about 7 out of every 10 adults are taking dietary supplements. So 70%. So, guys, the 3 factors I would suggest to consider when choosing a vitamin are the following. Number 1 is absorption. Number 2 is quality. And number 3 is ingredients. And we'll get to numbers 2 and 3 in a minute. But I really want to start with absorption because I think this is the biggest problem that we find with vitamins today. The biggest problem is with absorption. So let's start over there. You know, most vitamins aren't absorbed. Did you ever hear this expression, guys? Your body doesn't absorb vitamins, and all you get from taking vitamins is expensive urine. Can you imagine that? You're taking the vitamin, and most of it you're just peeing out of your body. Do you really want vitamins like that? So let's now talk about absorption of vitamins and minerals. Very important to know how vitamins and minerals are absorbed. So let's look at this picture here of the digestive system, and we can get started. So you put a vitamin or a mineral in your mouth and you chew it, and you have salivary amylase, salivary juices that help to break down not only the food, but the vitamins and the nutrients. And then you swallow it and it goes down the esophagus. That's the British spelling of esophagus over there with the O in the middle at the beginning. And then the food goes down to the stomach. Now, this is where most of the breakdown of both foods and vitamins and minerals occurs, because in the stomach, there's harsh digestive juices. And many, if I could say for a minute, many vitamins are broken down tremendously in the stomach. And then the problem is that when they shoot around and they go down into the intestine, the next part there, the small and large intestine, they're not absorbed because they just pass right through you. And just to highlight some of the other organs here, the pancreas sends certain digestive enzymes into the small intestine, and the liver secretes bile and helps with fat-soluble vitamins. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but it helps with absorption of those type of substances. And again, if it does get absorbed, lots of vitamins end up just getting peed out in the urine. So where are vitamins absorbed? Well, I would say that it depends on two things, okay? Depends on the specific type of vitamin, and it depends on the vitamin itself, or in other words, the specific vitamin. So these two factors tell where the vitamins are absorbed. So what are the types of vitamins? Well, there's water-soluble vitamins, and the other type of vitamin is fat-soluble vitamins. But we're going to start here with water-soluble vitamins. So what does that mean? Water-soluble vitamins are vitamins that actually dissolve in water. These type of vitamins you've got to replenish daily. And they include the vitamins B and vitamin C. And did you know that most of vitamins B and C actually leave the body in the urine? They're not well absorbed. So vitamin B, water-soluble vitamins, this is found in fish, in eggs, in bread, and in poultry. Vitamin D gets bound to proteins, and then it's broken down in the stomach and absorbed in the ileum being the last part of that small intestine. So remember, it goes stomach, small intestine, and then large intestine, and vitamin B gets absorbed in that last part of the ileum, last part of the intestine, which is called the ileum. So vitamin C, another type of water-soluble vitamin. Let's talk about that for a minute. And as you can tell by the glass of orange juice there, it's found in orange juice, amongst other things. Vitamin C gets absorbed in the jejunum, which is the second part of the small intestine. And in order for vitamin C to get absorbed, it actually works differently. It must lock onto molecules for transport through the intestinal wall. So it locks onto the molecules, gets transported into the intestinal wall. Again, that's different from what we just talked about with vitamin B. So the other type of vitamins, we've talked about water-soluble. Now we're going to talk about fat-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins are the four that are listed here. Vitamins A, D, E, and K. These type of vitamins, actually, it's interesting, they actually have to be dissolved in fat first before being absorbed. And they tend to stay in the body longer than the water-soluble vitamins, and hence they may not need to be taken every single day. So let's talk about what bile is. Bile is a substance that's produced in the liver. It's actually stored in the small intestine. And what it does is it breaks down fats. It allows fats and fat-soluble vitamins to be absorbed. So bile actually aids this type of vitamins to be absorbed. Okay, fats and fat-soluble vitamins. Problem: vitamin absorption just in general is poor. I would propose a solution for you, and that solution is something called vitamins. Sorry, let me go back. That solution is liposomes. Liposomes, sorry. So what are liposomes? Liposomes are actually substances that have been used for years to increase absorption of drugs, cancer, and antiviral medications. You know, it's really a wonderful thing, the way liposomes are used. Like I said, as a medical doctor, cancer medications, antivirals, liposomes just work. In fact, liposomes, if you want to look that up, actually, you can go to the pubmed.gov, and actually you can look up liposomes. You'll find plenty of articles that prove that liposomes increase absorption. What are liposomes? Liposomes are bubbles that encase the nutrients. they're made of cholesterol and phospholipids. That's fatty substances. And they include a head and a tail. If you look at this picture that I have right here, you'll see that the blue head is actually on the outside as well as the inside, and the tail are those orange stringy looking things. So the heads face outward. They're hydrophilic. That means they love water. And if you can imagine this being a circular, like a ball type of object, because this is kind of a slice through it, that blue on the outside, the background, imagine that as water, and this liposome substance floating and going through the water. And that's why the heads are hydrophilic. They love water. The tails face inward, and they're hydrophobic. They actually fear water. The construction of the liposome here allows them to travel through the digestive system, which, again, it's more of a watery type of substance, and increase absorption of the substances they carry. And I'm going to show you some slides up ahead of a liposome carrying a nutrient. In fact, here's that slide right now. So when liposomes actually encase the nutrients, what they're doing is they're transporting them to the intestine where they're absorbed. And here's a picture of a liposome that's used for drug delivery. And on the outside, you have this protective layer against destruction, and the hydrophilic heads on the outside means they love water, so they're transported through water. I'm going to show it actually entering a cell in a few minutes, and then you can see a drug or a supplement here in the inside of the liposome, and the liposome just carrying it around. So this is a great picture because what it does is it shows a cell on the right side, and it shows a liposome encased nutrient on the left. And what happens is that liposome encased cell actually melts with the wall of the cell, and then it opens up and allows the nutrients of whatever kind, whether it's a medicine or a supplement, to enter the cell. And then what happens is that the walls of the liposome actually end up merging into the cell and becoming part of the cell, not the new cell, but part of the cell. So the nutrients are then inside the cell. So let me ask you guys, do you know what the advantages of liposomes are? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. One of the things that's so important is that it leads to increased stability of the substance. It's non-toxic. It's not going to harm you, these liposomes. It's flexible. It's flexible. It can go around corners, and it's malleable. It's flexible. And finally, it's biodegradable. And that's a fancy word. And what that means, it's able to be decomposed by the body. What an ideal substance to carry nutraceuticals or nutritional products around. Guys, this is a great study from 2016, and it showed that vitamin C actually was better absorbed when encapsulated or surrounded by liposomes. So let's take a look at this graph here. On the left is plasma vitamin C concentration, and on the bottom is the time. So if you want to take a look first at placebo, means they took nothing. There's no plasma concentration of vitamin C, and that's the filled in circle. And then you have the unencapsulated, that's the open circle there. That means there's no liposomes. And then the top line there with the triangle is actually the encapsulated, or the substance that's surrounded by liposomes. And you can see as soon as it gets into your system, automatically the plasma vitamin C concentration is rising. Whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, you can see everywhere there that liposomes increase absorption. And this has been shown in studies. So again, 3 factors to consider when choosing a vitamin. We talked about absorption. Now we're going to talk about quality. Did you know that there are a lot of poor quality vitamins out there? In fact, the study that I read from consumerlab.com shows actually that vitamins may contain less than or more than the amount listed on the label. Where's the quality control of these substances? And vitamins may actually not break apart properly, causing decreased absorption. You can imagine that vitamin not breaking apart and just going partially whole down into your stool and out of the body, again, causing decreased absorption. And finally, what I'd like to talk about here is the third and final factor that I consider when choosing a vitamin, and that's the ingredients. So let's talk about poor ingredients. And I'm going to list some things that vitamins may contain. They may contain contaminants, such as artificial food coloring. This has been shown to cause hyperactivity. They can contain hydrogenated oils, and they can increase LDL and heart attack risk. PCBs and heavy metals have been found to be contaminants in vitamins, and they can increase the risk of prostate cancer. Talc and magnesium silicate, they've been associated with stomach cancer. And titanium dioxide has been linked with damage to the lung, kidney, and intestine. So, guys, as you can see, there are many problems with vitamins today. Many are poorly absorbed. Many are of poor quality. And many contain harmful contaminants. So, what should you do? I would suggest that you should be careful choosing the nutritional products you put into your body. I recommend choosing pharmaceutical grade nutritional products or nutraceuticals since they're a higher quality product. I recommend checking the labels to look for any additives. I recommend vitamins that have a liposome delivery system because that increases absorption. And I recommend a company that produces all natural, high quality nutraceutical products and uses a liposome delivery system. I'm proud to be a part of the scientific advisory board of this company, and I can attest to the quality of the products. What's the name of that company? It's called Viseo. Guys, I'm going to show you just a short video here. I want to tell you about this company because I'm very excited about it. I'm going to go into detail on the great products that the company has. Okay, guys, let's go to the next slide here. Viseo here is a 5-star opportunity. Actually, it's 5 stars because there's 5 great parts of the company. First, we're going to talk about world-class leadership, the great leaders of this company. We're going to talk about disruptive science and the products. It's my favorite part here. We talked about liposomes. The company uses liposomes. We'll get into that. We're going to talk about the right timing, why the timing is now to join this company. We're going to talk about number 4. We'll talk about the generous rewards. And number 5, we'll talk about the worthwhile cause. You saw a little bit about that, about drilling wells in Africa. So first, a company begins with at the top, and there's no better leader, I believe, in the home business industry than Dallin and Carrie Larson. Dallin is a great leader, and he has generated billions in revenue in direct selling. He's the founder of not 1, but 2 billion-dollar companies. You see, Dallin founded a company many years ago called USANA. USANA is it's a terrific company. It's a company that reached $1 billion. It actually has substances that are found in the physician desk reference. He also founded a company called Monavi, and he brought that company with his leadership up to $1 billion. So great leaders at the top. And you see here, Dallin Larson, Entrepreneur of the Year, back in 2009. I should also mention we've got other great leaders, the other co-founders of the company, Dan Zhu, who's in charge of Asia, Viseo in Asia. And I should also mention Danielle Picot. Now, guys, the products. As a medical doctor, I love the products here. We talked a little bit about liposomes. I'm going to tell you here, as it says on the left, standard supplements, they just don't deliver. Minimal absorption, they're poor quality. It says it right here. We talked about that. Put that along with the harsh digestive tract, and again, you get expensive urine. So Viseo products, we use what's called an advanced delivery technology. And we use liposomes like we talked about. Again, that's this bubble. And you see here, the liposome is merging with the cell, and the nutrients are pouring into the cell. We talked about liposomes before. So liposome advantage, and we also have something called an enzyme delivery system. So half of our products use liposomes, but half of them use this enzyme delivery system. You see, if we already have whole foods, you don't need, a liposome to take them through the GI tract and protect them like substances that need liposomes. So we have this other system, which is cutting edge, and it's called an enzyme delivery system. So these enzymes are put into the vitamins in this case. We'll get into the specific products in a minute. And it helps replace the lost enzymes. See, as we get older, we lose enzymes in our body. And this enzyme delivery system breaks down these vitamins, these nutraceutical products, and ensures that the nutrients are more effectively absorbed into the body. So we'll start here with the enzyme advantage products of the advanced delivery system. And we have 3 of them. We have 3 liposome products. Going to talk about that in a minute. Let's start with the Core Complete. I love this product. In fact, Tracy Gibbs, who's our chief scientific advisor, he's most proud. He's designed all 6 of these products. He's most proud of the Core Complete because he feels that it's the best multivitamin nutraceutical product on the market today. So our Core Complete is actually not just one pill, it's actually 5 pills. So it comes in a small packet. It comes in this bag, and you get 30 in a bag. But you take out the packet, and the 5 pills are in the packet. So what are the 5 pills? Well, one of them is an omega complex. It's got fish oil in it. Let me tell you guys, I've been taking fish oil for more than 10 years, and I buy it. I'm not going to say the name of the company. Got preservatives in it. I honestly never looked at it until I started taking the Viseo products, but all not all natural, those things. Lots of artificial ingredients. Again, all of the products that you're going to see tonight are all natural products. So I love the omega complex. I know it's all natural. In fact, if you take this omega complex pill every day, in 1 week, you're going to have the fish oil from 2 Norwegian salmon. And I should also say that the fish oil comes from Norwegian salmon in Norway, which is why our omega complex pill has a pinkish tint to it and not the yellowish tint or whatever other colors the artificial fish oil pills come from. And then in the Core Complete, we also have antioxidants. We've got a digestive enzyme pill. Again, I mentioned a few minutes ago, as we get older, the enzymes in the digestive tract dwindle. It makes us hard to digest both food as well as vitamins. So the digestive enzymes help us. And then we have probiotics. You know, my wife has had her, bottles of pills and vitamins that she used to take, and she used to take a probiotic. When we started on the Core here, the Core Complete, she actually looked at that probiotic bottle and found that there were lots of artificial ingredients in there. And so she stopped taking that, and now she just takes the Core Complete, and she loves it. What else? We've got a super fruit pill. We've got green foods. And finally, the 5th and final one is our multivitamin and minerals. And I'm happy to say that this pill contains 72 trace minerals in it. So let's move on here. We'll go in order here. And the next one is the V-Slim. It's our weight management program. I should say that all 3 of these products you see over here were just introduced in the company just about, actually 4 weeks ago in Orlando, Florida. This whole line right over here. So the V-Slim is our weight management. We don't say weight loss, we'd say weight management. We want to put people on a weight management program. And what better way to do that than with our products? Why? Because curbs your appetite. So let me talk about the ingredients in the V-Slim. The 3 main ingredients, the first 2 of them curb your appetite. So one of them you may have heard of on Dr. Oz or elsewhere. It's actually called Garcinia cambogia. And Garcinia cambogia has been around a long time, and studies have shown that it helps people lose weight. And that's by curbing your appetite. The second thing in the V-Slim actually is Caralluma fimbriata. I know that's a mouthful, but it's also known as Slimaluma, and it's made in this country. Actually, all our products are made in a plant, pharmaceutical grade nutritional products in Utah. And this specific product, actually the Slimaluma, we have an exclusive rights deal to in the direct selling industry. And it's interesting because that comes from a plant, a cactus plant in India. When the Indian people are starving, they cut open this cactus and they eat the inside of that plant, and it contains this Caralluma fimbriata, helps them curbing their appetite and getting through the droughts that occur in India. And the third key ingredient in the V-Slim is Gymnina sylvestre. This is a substance that helps regulate blood sugar, and it also curbs sugar cravings, which is very key. I noticed that since I started this product, definitely my appetite is suppressed. I don't ever feel starving since I started this. And the other thing is my sweet tooth is gone. I don't know how many of you guys have a sweet tooth, but let me tell you, my sweet tooth is gone. I've had one dessert in the last 4 weeks, and that's probably my whole life. I've probably never gone that amount of time. In case you're wondering how much weight I lost in just 22 days, I lost over 14 pounds. So let's move on. And our third product in the Enzyme Advantage series is the V3. V3 is a great product. It's called Advanced Energy, and it gives you energy and hydration and improves your mood. And I should say all three of these products, well, actually the last two come in a powdered form. You see the stick over there. What you do is you take a 6 to 8 ounce glass of water or a Poland Spring bottle, add the powder to it, shake it up, tastes delicious. Our products do not contain sucralose. Sucralose is Splenda. No artificial ingredients. Tracy Gibbs told me he flavored this with just a little bit of honey and some natural fructose from a drink. Our V3 is a delicious kiwi strawberry, and our V Slim is either orange cream, not cream like from milk. It's a non-dairy. All our products are non-dairy. And the other one is blueberry pomegranate. Delicious products, delicious products. So let's move on away from the enzyme advantage, and now let's talk about the liposome advantage. You know, at the beginning of this talk, we talked about liposomes and the advantage of liposomes and increasing absorption. Well, these three products right here, they've been around since last year, and they work great. First, the Sleep Micro Mist. Let me tell you, when I first started this, I told people I don't need to take this product. I sleep well. You know, I thought it was actually normal to roll over and stare at the clock 7 times a night. Wow, that couldn't be further from the truth. Let me tell you, since I started this product, I get to sleep deeper, and I sleep through the night now. And it just flat out works. What are the key ingredients here? Well, the main ingredient is melatonin. And for those of you who are taking melatonin, I've got a customer of mine on the sleep product who used to take melatonin, and she said this product works better. And I got to think that that's due to the other ingredients in the sleep product as well as the liposome delivery system. Another interesting product or ingredient of the sleep product is something called NAC, or N-acetylcysteine. Why do I find that one interesting? Because I actually use that as an emergency doctor in the emergency department, and it actually is the antidote for people who take a Tylenol overdose. You see, when you take Tylenol overdose, your body gets depleted of glutathione. And so glutathione actually is known to detoxify the liver, but also the brain. So it's inherent in this product, the NAC, or N-acetylcysteine, to detoxify your brain while you're sleeping. And again, this product works great. The next product is Neuro. Neuro is a wonderful product. It's our only product of this liposome system that's actually in a pill form. The Renew we'll get to in a minute, and the Sleep is in actually a spray or microgel. But I've been taking the Neuro for a year. As I mentioned, I have a social media marketing business, and I do videos. As I said, I've done over 300 videos. And before I started the Neuro, I had trouble remembering what I wanted to say. And I started on the Neuro, and I can bang out those videos much quicker than I did before. It's because my memory is better. Another quick one, my mother-in-law, she's 90 years old, tells her doctor she's going to start these Neuro pills that her son-in-law and daughter are marketing. And the doctors cannot believe her memory retention for phone numbers, all her medications, and God knows how many medications she takes. The first question the doctor asks her when she goes to the office, "You still taking that Neuro, Fanny?" So it nourishes your brain for enhanced performance. I want to talk about one of the ingredients that I really like in this product, and that's something called huperzine A. See, huperzine A comes from a plant. What's interesting about that, huperzine A, is that it's very similar to several medications, pharmaceutical products, that are used in memory disorders. Again, I cannot mention the name of the disorders, but I leave it to you to figure that out. The last product in our liposome line is Renew. Renew is a great product, and it comes in also in a spray bottle. It's a micro gel. And gosh, Renew has some great ingredients also. It's got curcumin in it. It's got turmeric. And what it does is it increases flexibility and mobility of the joints. I'm going to bring back my mother-in-law again. Again, she's 90 years old. She has had pain in the joints of her hand for years, especially her thumb. She takes, when she needs to, anti-inflammatory medications. As you know, that these type of medications can really eat up the stomach. So she doesn't like taking them. I'm telling you guys, one day on this product and her joint pain was gone. She takes the Neuro every day. She takes the vitamin every day. She takes the Renew every day. So this is for the young. This is for the older. And that's our product line. So let's move on now, guys, and let's get to number 3 of the 5 pillars. I'm going to talk about the right timing. It's a great quote from our leader and founder of the company, Dallin Larson, who says, you know, the past doesn't guarantee the future, but it's a pretty darn good indicator. So the timing is great because the direct sales industry has never been more mainstream or lucrative. You know, you have people like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, who advocate a network marketing business to people. You have our president, like him or not, our president also, President Trump, has said in the past in books that network marketing is a very viable alternative for a lot of people because of the low startup cost. And then social media and other technologies can lead to huge growth. Now, listen, guys, you want to learn about social media? It's a talk for another day. Most people use social media incorrectly. Again, that's something that I teach. And if you're in network marketing or going to come in, you've got to be very careful with that. And like I said, a discussion for another day. So it's the right timing here because of leadership. Got Dallin Larson at the helm. The liposome and enzyme disruptive technologies. We've got a proven system here, and it's an early window. You see, we're in February of 2018. This company's only been open since January of 2017. So you see, it's very early. We've only been in business for just over a year. Now let's talk about number 4, another great topic, generous rewards. You know, guys, there's 8 ways to earn in this company. You get customer sales bonuses, product introduction bonus. You sign somebody up and they buy product, you get an introduction bonus. Team commissions and team commission matching bonus. This is something called a check match. When you reach a certain level, you get a bonus based on whether the person's on your first level or second level or so on. There are rank advancement bonuses, global leadership bonuses, lifestyle trips. Wow. We have a cruise to gold. We have sapphire trips, diamond trips, lots of trips as incentives for people here. And you can have not an 8, you have multiple business centers. So how do you begin earning? Well, the first thing you do is you enroll for $49.95. That's in the United States, and you place an appropriate initial order. In other countries, the fees are different. Last I heard, the fee in Canada was $1. And number 2, enroll in the optional auto ship, which is Loyalty Convenience Program, or LCP. Number 3, become a star. What does that mean? You go on auto ship. You have what's called 80 personal volume yourself. You sign somebody up on the left, somebody up on the right, and they both go and get 80 personal volume, and you become a star. And you get a bonus for that, by the way. Now we have going on right now something called a Star Maker bonus. So you get a guy on the left, we'll call him Star, and a guy on the right, we'll call him BP. You roll on the 80 personal volume. Guess what? You become a star, and you get a $25 bonus for that. But see, if you're a star maker, that means you make the person below you a star. So Star, we'll call her, signs up the BP on the left, BP on the right. Everyone's on an 80 personal volume. And guess what? You at the top become a star maker, and you get a bonus for that. Rank advancements. So here we see the rank advancements. You start at brand partner and star and all the way up to different levels of diamond. The blue stars there are actually reward trips, incentive trips. Trip to gold, this trip to gold is actually going on. I think it's tomorrow, to the Bahamas. another one coming up in a couple of months. And then you have several different diamond trips over there. They had a blue sapphire trip last year to Park City. Exciting destinations and great incentive trips here at Viseo. Worthwhile cause. You know, I'm going to finish up with the fifth pillar here, and this is a worthwhile cause. We at Viseo, you saw them in the video there with the poor kids in Africa, and they're drilling wells. So what we do is we raise money from the company, from the distributors, and we donate money to this company that makes wells for the poor people in Africa. And it's a wonderful cause, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. So how do you get started? Well, the first thing you do is you enroll for $49.95, again, depending on the country. And you place in it, but let me go back, depending on the country. Let me tell you what countries were open now. First, it was the US and then Canada. And then we opened, and I went to the, I'm excited to say that I went to the Asia launch of our company back in November. And that was in Macau, China. And there were people there from the countries that are open now in Hong Kong, mainland China. Japan is opening soon. We're now in business in Malaysia and Singapore. Australia is soon. I know, Thailand is in a few months. I know that because I have a distributor in Thailand who's building a team before it opens. And so we're in a lot of countries, and we're going to go around the world with this thing. So we're really early here. So let's get back to starting right. You place an appropriate initial order based on your goals. We have different packs that are available. You enroll in the optional LCP program, the auto ship. You download the Viseo app. You know, there's a cell phone over there. You know, this Viseo app is great. You can run your entire business from a cell phone. You don't even need a computer. I'm getting older, so even with my glasses, I like the big print. So I like looking at the computer. But if I'm out and about, I can do everything, send videos, send PDFs to people, all from the palm of my hand. And then again, we're going to say meet with the sponsor to review the Viseo action plan. Once you sign up, you need to have training. You need to have not only, well, sponsorship, but training to move forward so you can be successful in the business. And Viseo View events, we have both local, regional, and national events. And as I said before, I'm a member of the Scientific Advisory Committee. So this is pretty new. They flew me to Orlando last month, and I will be coming to some of those events near you. Not sure when the next one is. So guys, your future is created by what you do today. And let me just talk about, as we get ready to wrap it up here, product disclaimer. The products that we're talking about here are not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. If you have any questions, whether this interacts with your health or with any pharmaceutical products you take, we suggest that you speak with your doctor. Income disclaimer. We make no promises of how much money you will make. Your success and earnings from Viseo here will depend on lots of different factors, your skills, your time commitment, your ability, your personal application, and so forth. So, guys, you have three choices here. Option one is don't do anything and don't take advantage of cutting-edge nutraceutical products. Option number two is to become a customer. Option number three is put up the small investment compared to the value you'll get and team up with an emergency doctor who's on the scientific advisory board and become a brand partner in Viseo. Let me ask you guys a question. You know, is it worth taking a few minutes of your time and a few dollars of your money to join forces with a company that produces high quality nutraceutical products and uses cutting edge liposome and enzyme delivery systems? You know, let me ask you guys a question. You guys have been on webinars before. You get excited and fired up, and what happens the next day? Usually nothing. Why? Because you go back to your old habits. The only way you'll be successful is by finding a way to break old habits, and the only way you'll break old habits is by investing in a Viseo business. And gosh, I can help you use the tools you'll need to become successful. And if you don't do that, you're going to go right back to your old habits. You know, all the money you spend on dinners and movies, that's called disposable income. What I'm asking you to do here today is make an investment in yourself that will turn into more money. Have you guys read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad? You know, people that are poor by liabilities, people who are rich by assets. What I'm asking you to do is to put money into an investment as opposed to taking money away from you. And finally, money or excuses. The way it is, you can have money or excuses, but not both. So right now you have two choices. You can either sign up and get involved in a business with cutting-edge nutraceutical products, or you can give excuses why you didn't do it, why you can't afford it, why you don't have enough time. You know, you can't have both. Money or excuses. What do you want? So guys, that's all I have here. If you're interested, well, first I should say, if any of you were invited on this call by somebody else, I want you to go back to them and discuss your future with them, meaning whether you're going to be a product person, whether you're going to be a distributor, or whether you're not interested. Whatever it is, go back to the person who sent you here. For the rest of you, I invite you to apply now for consideration. The website here is drsteveinformation.com. Let me advance to slide 1. And again, your free bonus for sticking around to the end. This is the website here. And this is an interview that I did with Tracy Gibbs, our Chief Scientific Officer here at Viseo. And in it, again, he's got more than 20 or 30 years of experience with nutraceutical products. And he is the guy that put together all of our 6 products. I do a short interview with him where he talks about his background. He talks about nutritional products and the problem with them. And then he finally also talks about what we have here at Viseo and why these products are so terrific. So before I wrap it up here tonight, guys, I'm going to just ask for questions and see if anyone has any questions. On the right, you have the control panel, and in that you can put a question if you have one. We have a question here, and somebody asks, how much does it cost? Well, that's a good question. It is $49.95 to become a member of Viseo. And again, as I said, in some countries it's less, or if it's pre-launch, there may not be anything to actually become a member or distributor, rather. But $49.95 in the United States. Let's see, any other questions here? Sure, so here's a good one. It says, Dr. Steve, do you recommend online or offline marketing of the business? Well, you know, Brian, I really think that the best way to build this type of business is both. Listen, businesses like this, home businesses, they've always been built classically in the community, locally, doing home meetings, doing meetings at hotels, getting in, doing it belly to belly, as my mentor tells me, Mentor John tells me, belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball. That's really the best way to do it. But still, I think social media is certainly a way to go if done the right way. Excuse me. As I mentioned, I actually recruited somebody. I love Instagram. It's my favorite. And I actually recruited somebody in Bangkok, Thailand, one of my business partners. And I recruited him on social media. And it was not by blasting myself on social media, but it was doing it in the right way. And again, if you're interested in that, you can message me. You can friend me on Facebook. And let me just give you, I don't have it here, but Dr. Steve Sabo is my Instagram account. It's my Facebook fan page. And drstevesabo.com is my website. So again, as I wrap it up here, drsteveinformation.com. If you're interested in finding more information about the products. If you're interested in finding more information about the business, you can just fill out the form. Give me your email address, your phone number, your WhatsApp, WeChat, or Line, for those of you who know what that is. And I'd be happy to get back to you and speak with you. And again, your free bonus interview is right over here with Tracy Gibbs. It's slickem11.gopages.co/Tracy Gibbs interview. So guys, I hope you got value here tonight. Going to repeat this again next week. For those of you who missed part of it, hope you enjoyed it. Have a pleasant evening. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you around soon. Bye-bye.